Let's go Broncos! What if I told you that, behind the scenes, NFL teams are terrified, yes, absolutely terrified, of facing the Denver Broncos in the playoffs? I'm not talking speculation. I'm talking real conversations happening all over the league. Content creators are whispering about it. The national media can't deny it, and even rival fan groups are openly admitting it. There's something very real going on in Denver, and I have all the inside information right here. But before I reveal all the details, hit the like button right now if you're rooting for the Broncos through the glory days and the disappointments. And if you're one of those old school fans who's been with the team for over 20 years, I want you to comment below. Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Why this team? It could be the game we've been waiting for. Now, pay attention, because what's happening in Denver is so electrifying, so unexpected, that even the Patriots radio commentators are saying they'd rather face Patrick Mahomes than go to Mile High in January. That's right. You heard me. The buzz around the league is unmistakable. Former Bronco Aqib Talib, now a respected voice in the media, has been repeatedly stating on his podcast No Lie Zone that no team wants a piece of Denver come January. What's wild is, no one argues with him. He gets zero pushback. Why? Because it's the truth. Our defense has become a nightmare, one that even the media in New England is acknowledging. Let that sink in. Patriots radio, the same voices that once mocked the idea of Denver as a playoff threat, are now saying they'd rather face Kansas City than us. In the Mahomes era, that's borderline insanity, and yet, it makes perfect sense. Denver isn't just winning, they're suffocating opponents. Players, fans, and analysts alike are seeing the same thing. A Colts fan flat out told his Broncos fan friend that he hopes they don't meet until the divisional round, because he knows Denver would take them out early. After games, opposing teams look defeated, not just on the scoreboard but in spirit. There's this tangible aftershock following a Denver loss. Teams go on to lose again in their next matchups. We're not just beating them, we're breaking them. Just ask Ashton Jeanty, who looked completely demoralized after facing this relentless Broncos squad. And let's talk about this defense for a second. The Broncos are on a historic sack pace, and they've done much of this damage with key players out. Patrick Surtain, arguably the best defensive back in the NFL, has missed games due to a pec strain. Alex Singleton, the heart of our linebacker core, also missed time. Yet, we've kept the pressure dialed up. Right now, Denver's averaging 4.7 sacks per game. That's not a typo. With just 4 sacks per game across the next few weeks, they could break the all-time NFL single-season sack record. And the schedule? Let's just say it's tasty. We've got a rematch with the Chargers, currently the 4th most sacked team in the league, and they're spiraling even further after losing their starting left tackle. They might end up the most sacked team by year's end. Then it's the Raiders, who rank 6th in sacks allowed. The Jaguars are 10th. And the Commanders? Also in the top 15. Our pass rush is built for this. And we're just getting stronger. And we haven't even talked about the offense yet. Bo Nix has been a revelation, and he's standing tall in the pocket thanks to one of the most effective offensive lines in the league. He's the least sacked quarterback among all playoff contenders, by a mile. In fact, there are quarterbacks who've only played a couple of games and still been sacked more than Bo, who's played every snap this season outside of one late-game series. The protection he's getting is elite. Mike McGlinchey and Garrett Bowles have each gone over 400 snaps without giving up a sack. And Luke Wattenberg, stepping up big. And we're still waiting on Ben Powers to return in December, meaning this unit, already dominant, is about to get even better. Let's not overlook what this team has done during their current 8-game winning streak. These aren't just cupcake games. Denver went into Philadelphia and beat the defending Super Bowl champs on a short week. They took on Kansas City off a bye, Andy Reid's golden zone, and outplayed them. They dropped 33 points in a single quarter. And they dominated the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, even after losing Patrick Surtain at halftime. This isn't just a hot streak. It's a full-blown transformation. Sean Payton saw this coming. He called this group one of only 6 or 7 teams in his coaching career with real Super Bowl potential. People laughed at him then. They're not laughing anymore. That confidence has trickled down to the locker room. Jaquan McMillian posted on Instagram with a picture of him clamping Travis Kelce, captioned, "Tell Taylor Swift to put me in a song right now." That swagger is real. The Broncos aren't afraid of the Chiefs. They're mocking them. The AFC West crown isn't a hope anymore. It's a target already halfway painted orange and blue. Because if we're going to make a run to the Super Bowl, and let's be honest, that's the path we're on, it starts with that first matchup. Do you want revenge against the Texans? A shot to shut down the Bills again? Or maybe a chance to humble Kansas City one more time, but this time on the biggest stage? What makes this conversation even more thrilling is that the Broncos, for the first time in years, are truly dictating the tempo of the AFC. They've rattled off 8 straight wins, each one more convincing than the last, and the swagger they're bringing to the table isn't just for show. It's backed by real production on both sides of the ball. The transformation under Sean Payton is complete. This team went from an afterthought to an apex predator in one season, and now the narrative around the league is completely flipped. You've got opposing teams openly afraid of us. You've got radio hosts in Boston, of all places, picking Kansas City as the preferable opponent. We're living in a timeline where Denver, not Mahomes and the Chiefs, are the feared opponent. That alone speaks volumes about what's happening at Dove Valley. And remember, all of this has been done while missing crucial pieces. No Certain, no Singleton, and we still manhandle top-tier offenses. That's a testament not only to the players stepping up, like Nick Bonito harassing Dak Prescott into one of his worst outings of the year, but also to the coaching staff dialing up masterclass game plans every week. The offensive line, with guys like Bowles, McGlinchey, and Wattenberg forming a wall around Bo Nix, has been sensational. When Ben Powers returns, it's going to be almost unfair. And Bo, for a rookie quarterback, he's playing like a seasoned vet, poised, protected, and in complete control of the offense. The fact that he's the least sacked quarterback in the league tells you everything about both his decision-making and the protection up front. This is how you win playoff football. You dominate in the trenches. Denver is doing that on both sides of the ball, and that's what's making everyone else so nervous. Even beyond the stats and the matchups, it's the energy around this team that feels different. You can see it in the players' body language, the way they carry themselves. There's confidence, but not cockiness. There's swagger, but it's backed by performance. And there's belief, real belief, that this team can go all the way. That comes from the top down. Sean Payton called his shot before the season, and now the rest of the league is catching up. Let's keep this momentum rolling, Broncos country, because what's happening right now in Denver is more than just a hot streak. It's a complete identity shift. This is a team that was counted out, laughed at, and left behind. Now, they're feared, respected, and dead serious about bringing another Lombardi trophy back to the Mile High City. And this fear from opposing teams isn't coming from one lucky game or a fortunate bounce. It's coming from consistency, from domination in the trenches, from a defense that swarms and suffocates, and from an offense that has evolved into a clock-chewing, mistake-free machine. Bo Nix isn't just playing safe football, he's playing smart football. He knows when to take his shots, and with guys like Cortland Sutton stepping up and Marvin Mims getting healthy, those shots are turning into big-time plays. Let's not forget the culture that's been rebuilt in record time. This isn't the same locker room from a year ago. The bravado, the energy, it's contagious. You've got players like Jaquan McMillian posting about owning Travis Kelce. You've got a coaching staff that believes and backs their players every week. The chemistry is real, and it's showing up in all 3 phases of the game. The special teams unit, often overlooked, has also been rock solid, flipping field position, covering kicks, and contributing to the hidden yardage game that often decides playoff football. These are the small details that matter in January, and the Broncos are nailing them week after week. And speaking of January, how poetic would it be for this team to open the playoffs at home, in the cold, in front of the loudest fan base in the NFL? Empower Field at Mile High becomes a whole different beast in the postseason. That altitude, that crowd, that energy, it's overwhelming for opponents. Teams know that. That's why Patriots fans would rather host the Chiefs than come here. That's why everyone is hoping someone else takes us out first. Because they know the longer Denver hangs around, the more dangerous they become. So again, I'll throw it back to you. If you could pick one AFC team to face in the wild card round, who would it be? And why? Let's talk strategy. Let's talk revenge. Let's talk about how far this team can go. Go Broncos!